Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to read the dev note number 21 that they released earlier today. In this one there is a lot of information about the April 23rd update, and if you remember in my last video I mentioned that this update could make or break the game based on how well they handled the new banners and all the additional rewards that they promised. So there is a lot of expectation around this update, especially from me, I don't know from you guys. But let's see what they have in store for us and exactly what they're going to do. So in the first part, they're already talking about the hard mode token that I mentioned in the last live stream, and they also showcase the exchange shop. Usually, if they are not sure about like the amount of hard mode token or the amount of stuff they're going to give you, they hide the numbers. But in this case, they're showing us basically the whole shop, so we can kind of guess this is going to be the final version. And I will say there is a lot of stuff in there. The exchange rates of some items do not look that great, but at least material wise and maths wise, there is a really good amount of stuff. We have a decent number of purple mats, even though they could have been higher, but it's okay. We also have quite a bit of orange mats for the revolution. We also have the Link XP, coins, Shinsu, keys, ignition weapon upgrade mats, a lot of things. And also for the ignition weapon upgrade mats, I saw like more than 60 plus of the golden mats there. So really, really good, guys. Really high expectations for this shop. And we also have those kind of map tokens or tickets, and those are going to be the tickets for the new banner, but we're going to read about that in a second. And I think we get what, 50 there, and we get another 100 there. So it should be what, 150 from these, and then we should be getting like 250 more from another event, but we're going to see that in a second. The amount of hard mode tokens we get is obviously not disclosed yet. We have no idea. What we know and what we're going to read in a second is that you will start earning these tokens from floor 1 and not from floor 50 as they initially announced, which is a pretty good change, obviously. And here we see two screenshots. One of them has like 360 an hour. Another one has 622 an hour. We don't know if that's the maximum, probably not, but we'll see. And it's definitely interesting because with that amount, you can get like, with the 622, you get like over 2 weeks time, I think around 200K. I did the math earlier, but whatever. And with 200K, you can buy quite a lot of stuff in the shop. Maybe you like, maybe you cannot empty the shop, but you can get a lot of resources that will definitely help you out. So overall, seems like a W to me. Really nice stuff. And yeah, let's keep reading just to see if there is more information that we're kind of missing. So the main goal of the upcoming update is the system we just saw. They are introducing this key system that will support this goal called the Pioneer Remnants System or Reward System. Tentative name, I hope they change it. It's a bit weird, but okay. In addition to the existing loot rewards, players will now receive additional rewards called Pioneer Remnants, formerly referred as hard mode tokens. And based on progression of hard mode, okay. The system is built around the concept of collecting the remnants left behind by ancient pioneers, blah, 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 okay, whatever. Previously, it was mentioned in our live stream that we planned to offer these rewards starting from floor 50. However, to allow more players to benefit, we've changed the system to start from floor 1. So that's what I just mentioned. A really good change in my opinion. It makes sense that it starts from the first floor so that new players can also enjoy it. Definitely good. Then we need to see how many we get per stage clear or per floor clear, no idea, but it's definitely good. In addition, a fixed amount of Pioneer Remnants will be granted as an achievement reward for clearing certain floors. So that's also good. We'll see how many those will be, but if it's a nice amount, then it's definitely appreciated. This will help players secure a basic supply that can be used immediately. However, since Pioneer Remnants can be continuously generated through tower progression, please note that the achievement rewards are fixed and will not scale upward. Okay, that's bad. But okay, like it means that if you clear floor 100 or you clear floor 20, it will be the same amount. I don't like it that much. I mean, if it gets significantly and exponentially harder to clear, you should increase also the rewards. At the very least, when the number of floors, when the number of teams required increase, you should also increase the rewards. Because if I need only one team and I get 1,000 of these remnants, then I need 5 teams and I still get 1,000, that doesn't feel fair. So they should address it, but it is what it is. I think it is still fine. We'll see the amount, but it's okay. For those who have already cleared floors prior to the update, obviously the achievement rewards will be applied retroactively, which they already mentioned, so that's good. And then what else? Now you're probably wondering what you can actually get with these tokens. We already kind of saw from the image up there. They're going to give us these theme special summon tickets, Revolution Fragment, the Shining Revolution Fragment, the Revolution Ore, loot, like loot coin, loot EXP, loot Shinsu, common extracts, uncommon extracts, rare extracts for the XSR Teammate, and then we also have the chest to select the premium enhancement extracts, whatever, and data shards. So out of all of these, obviously, if you need to summon on the units, the tickets will be pretty important to you. Otherwise, Shining and Purple Mats are going to be your next priority. If you're still early in the game, you might want to go for the green mats as well. Loot XP, absolutely important for whales and people higher up. For other people, maybe you can skip on them at the beginning. These ones, to be honest, I would never exchange for them. We get so many, it's really not worth it. Even though you might feel like you need immediately to get a unit to plus 20, you don't. Don't worry, you will get enough mats. I wouldn't waste these tokens on these stupid extracts, but kind of up to you. For data shard, I think the research lab is not really that insane value, but you can definitely get some. If the price is right, you can definitely get them. But okay, more on that once the system is actually out. For now, there is no point in actually speculating anything more than this. And since the types of resources needed vary depending on each player's growth stage, we have diversified the items available so you may choose the ones that are most suitable for your current situation. Yeah, exactly, makes sense. The higher you climb in the tower, the more pioneer remnants you will earn, allowing you to purchase even more resources. As these are additional rewards on top of what's already provided, we expect them to offer meaningful support for your continued growth. Okay, fine. Whatever, what else? Advancing further, the tower is now more important than ever. Okay, they are giving us a reason to climb the hard mode that until now was basically non-existent. You could clear them whenever you wanted to, but now it is very important to be higher up in the hard mode as well. The original concept for the Pioneer Shop was to rotate themed items every update cycle. Chosen to to match the chosen current theme. In fact, players voted for Shinsulin growth. And following balanced testing, we found that Shinsulin growth items are essential across all stages, and while the usefulness of other items may vary depending on progression, other items are generally necessary as well. So what they said in the live stream of doing a sort of, okay, this week or this update is going to be dedicated to Shinsulin growth. The other one is going to be dedicated to, I don't know, exclusive equipment. The other one is going to be dedicated to revolution, stuff like that. They are saying, okay, fuck it, let's add everything in the same shop. So yeah, as such, we concluded that rotating items every 2 weeks may be a challenge and have decided to move away from the original theme-based rotation in favor of practicality. Target items will now be permanently available in the shop. So yeah, it is fine. I like it, but I don't know. Like they think one thing and then they change their mind midway through. But I think in this case, it is a good change because having a rotation on that didn't really make a lot of sense. To further support the building of SSR Plus multi-decks, we're also planning to provide a total of 400 summon tickets per update through both Pioneer's Remnants and the Memorial Pocket that they're going to discuss shortly, fine. And these will be obtainable through regular gameplay. These is really good, like 400 summons. And here they also share with us the rates. So the secret recruitment special summon system, whatever, I don't know what's up with their naming. will follow a structure similar to the previously introduced Lady Gentleman summons, using a randomly selected pool of units to offer both better value. No, I don't know where I read both, but okay. To offer better value, future pickup teammates will be available at 1% rate with a 100 pool PD system. So every 2 weeks, you can get 4 copies of an SSR Plus and up to who knows how many more based on how lucky you are with that 1% rate. So on average, it should be 8 every 2 weeks, which is an insane number, really, really good number. And a lot of new players will be able to take advantage of these and build their roster super quickly, which is massive, really massive, guys. And okay, this is the icon. So we saw the map-like icon for this ticket. And the featured teammates for the secret sector area A this time are as follows. Unlike non-stop summons, you can change the feature pickup teammates midway through. So you can pick one, you pull the amount of copies you need, you then change it to somebody else. And they decided to go for this roster. Now, this roster is weird because 3 units you don't want to dupe up. Those are Kun Asensio, Urek, and Datamashini. So the second one, the third one, and the last one. You don't need dupes of them. Actually, you don't need Asensio and Urek at all. But for Datamashini, you only need to unlock her. The other two, Eden is one of the most likely, is one of the units that people will have most likely. So this is massive for people that decided to go for the special guide missions. If you instead went for Eden as your second pick, this is not really going to be too insane for you. Even though I still think it's nice because, like in my case, I went for Evolution Bomb in the first nonstop and Eden in the second, and I have none of them on Rainbow 5. This one is going to allow me to get at least Bomb to Revolution 5, to Rainbow 5, and then Eden to maybe Orange or Red 3. So for me, this is good. If you are complete free to play and you went for the same route as I did, chances are your Eden is not Rainbow 5, and this will help you achieve that, which is nice. If you instead went for the full special get mission, so you went white second, then this will allow you to get some copies of your Eden so that it starts being more valuable. So it is still useful, and I think out of the 5, people will probably pick Eden. And yeah, obviously if you don't have Revolution Bomb but you already have Eden build, then Revolution Bomb is your second pick, and the other 3 can just be skipped. Really no reason to go for any of them. And if you really have to pick one, then go for Data Machine, I would say, because at the very least, once she's maxed out, she can act as sort of the highest attack unit bait, so that enemies that target the highest attack will get her instead of your carry unit. That's kind of a use case, but it's really not worth it, in my opinion, to go for her at this stage, so you can just skip those 3 units and just go for Eden and Revolution Bomb. Through this system, players will be able to consistently build their decks, which is good, and while acquiring additional growth resources, which will allow them to progress even further. As they climb higher, they will earn more Pioneer Remnants, creating a positive structure. Let's hope that's the case. We look forward to your continued interest and participation. Also, there is an additional thing we can see here. We have an exchange of 2 black market tickets for 3 of these. So this exchange is actually quite good if you are unlucky, because the black market has a 2% rate with 200 PT. This one has a 1% rate, so it's lower, but it has only a 100 PT. So it could be a nice exchange to go to black market for 3. I wouldn't do it because new players are going to get the advanced summon soon. We're going to read that in a second. But if you have an abundance of those black market tickets and you need to, I don't know, dupe up one of those rate up units, maybe could be a good idea. But I wouldn't be so sure. It's almost the same rate, kind of. With average luck, it shouldn't really change too much. So I don't know if I really like that, but it's okay. It's okay. It's an opportunity. It's a possibility you can decide to go for or not. In general, it's probably better to just wait for the special summon banner that will have a 2% rate and a 100 PT, or just use the black market tickets on the family head banners. That also, if you're not a new player, you will get them probably for anniversary around like June, July, something around that. We should get some reruns or the new family head. So yeah, it's okay. It's a nice banner, could be interesting. We'll see how easy it is to get all 400 tickets, especially on a new account. But yeah, definitely excited for this change. In addition, to reduce the number of pop-ups that appear when launching the game, we plan to consolidate similar types of check-in events into a single improved check-in event. This will combine the regular welcome accumulation check-in and the update-based check-in event into one. Okay, I like this. So instead of having those super trash regular check-in and those quite okay update check-in, they're going to merge them into one. So we'll always have an upgraded version of both, kind of. We'll see how good this is going to be. The rewards we see here for these 2 weeks already seem quite decent, I will say. So already looks like a positive update. Also, I don't see the expirable icon on the Suspendium. I think now we're getting expirable Suspendium with the check-in one, right? I don't remember for the updates, but okay. Then we have the consolidated check-in event will be standardized to a 14-day cycle and improved to include rewards such as SSR selection chest, expirable Suspendium. Okay, they mentioned expirable, but I still see no icon there, but it's okay. So unfortunately, yeah, it is going to be expirable. Normal summon tickets, and SSR Plus Soulstones. The integrated check-in event will be applied on the 23rd and will run parallel with existing check-in events. Nice. So overall, really good change, I think. Through the updates we have introduced, we will be able to expand your teammate pool and strengthen your lineup, while also acquiring additional growth resources. Okay, they said the same thing like 4 times. Fine. And I think it's a nice change. 400 is a decent number, and with average luck, being able to get 8 copies of an SSR Plus unit per update for free, to me, is a massive W. Also, if we take into account the fact that we don't have a lot of SSR Plus units we really want to invest in, and a lot of them are really just trash. So it's good because when there is one you need, like let's say an Albelda appears, you just go and try to get 8 copies of Albelda. That's going to be a massive W. If Evan comes, you go for Evan. If Iran comes, maybe you go for Iran. Yeah, I think so. Having her rainbow, even though her damage is negligible, but her utility from being rainbow and casting the grouping a bit earlier is definitely good. So Iran, you go for her. Kronos Yuri, you go for her. Those kind of units, so really good. But we have a lot of useless units. Like if an Evankel appears, she's somewhat okay, but you don't have to go for her. You won't miss her. If a regular Yuri appears, you can skip her. Those kind of units. I will definitely cover in a video the rate up for every update. So if they share it with us beforehand, I will cover that, or just in the first video with the first impression of the new units. I will also talk about the SSR Plus pool that they're sharing. But okay, then next point is the Memorial Pocket system. And there are various ways to enjoy the game, and with the Memorial Pocket, we would like to offer players a light and enjoyable goal to work towards with each update. It is a system designed to bring an extra layer of satisfaction through consistent progress. I don't know what to expect. The system itself is simple. It is a mode where you collect a charming card illustration featuring newly released teammates with each update. Card packs can be obtained as additional rewards from various content, and cards come in 4 grades, ranging from 1 star to 4 star. Acquisition missions will be assigned to each card. Once a mission is completed, a reward will be granted. Duplicate cards obtained after mission completion will be automatically converted into pocket crystals, which can be used in the pocket crystal summoning facility to exchange for missing cards. Okay. Card packs are available in 3 grades, each offering a unique opening experience. Okay. Once you collect all the cards in a pack, you will complete the Memorial Pocket for the respective operation cycle. Example, the Spring in Bloom Pocket tentative name which will then be added to the collection section in the archive. Okay. When there is the archive, there could always be something interesting or something whale-oriented. I don't know. But if it is easy to acquire and a lot of people can complete it, then this is a major W. We'll see if they just add it to the archive without giving additional stats, which I doubt. But yeah, we'll see if they add a stat attached to this completion, which kind of stat that will be. I have no idea. In future updates, you will also be able to view your collected pockets from your profile, and a system which allows you to use emojis featuring the SD, this pack characters from each pocket will be added sequentially. Okay, I don't really care too much about emojis, but it's okay. To add a bit of extra fun, we've also included a pocket crystal acquisition ranking race, allowing players to steadily earn race points over time. Let's hope so, but I don't know. Whenever there is a race, it means that there is a ways to suspend them, and I don't like it. But okay. As we are also preparing improvement to the race shop system item lineup, we encourage you to continue collecting and making the most of this system. So, this one is the exchange shop for the missing card. It is fine. It's just an example to open a pack. Here we see we have to get a certain amount of copies of a certain unit, like for a 3 rarity one, it's 5, for a 4 rarity one, it's 4, for 1 rarity is 10, etc. And it seems like once you complete all of that, you will get 70 tickets. We should be getting 400 in total, so these 70 plus the ones on the shop do not amount to 400, but I guess the numbers are not final then. I don't know, we'll see. Next, they also want to address some of the major suggestions and requests that they received. And this one is really important to me because I definitely didn't notice that. Like while I was climbing at a certain point, I was like, how is my deficit almost 400? I was never expecting my deficit to go higher than 300 because the amount of levels the enemies gained was nowhere or was very close to the amount I could gain just by being at the highest floor. So I wasn't expecting my deficit to increase. I was like, how am I almost at 400? I didn't expect that, and they increased like a lot after floor 175. The level increase on the enemies, so they started to, instead of gaining what I think was 25, maybe even less levels every update, now they gained 75, like 3 times as much. It was crazy. I was like, okay. And yeah, they did that without saying anything, as usual. They do that every now and then. And yeah, they did not provide a prior notice regarding the change. However, we understand your concern, especially since the previous difficulty pattern has been in place for quite some time. Yeah, many players had been accustomed to it. Yeah. Moving forward, we'll make sure to provide prior notice for any further any future adjustments to top floor difficulty level. And they're going to revert the balance changes applies to floor 175 and the newly added floors back to the original pattern in the 423. So I completed adventure with an higher deficit. In the next update, all the ones that didn't will clear it super easily. It doesn't really matter to me because at the end of the day, 300 deficit, 400 deficit, 500 deficit, it's all the same if you have the max HP units. So it doesn't bother me, but it is a stupid way to handle stuff. But it is okay. Also, we are going to be capped on links, up to like 1500 links. But the enemies don't have that cap. I think they're already at 1600 or something. And like if they kept the changed rate of like level up, then all the attack-based units would become irrelevant for also the whales, which is stupid. Like I'm still kind of using Darwin, but let's say the deficit I have to play at is now 800 because I'm stuck at 1500 and the enemies can go up to, I don't know, 2200, something like that. Like, what would happen to attack scaling units? It would really be stupid. They definitely have to slow it down, bring it back as it was before, and then they can think about it after implement the system that is going to come out in June. Until then, it's better if they don't exaggerate with the amount of levels the enemies gain. But we'll see what's going to happen in the future. It's nice that they noticed and they're going to change it back, but it is what it is. Please be advised that hard mode is designed to be progressively more challenging and features irregular patterns. Once the updated hard mode floors reach the current maximum normal adventure floor, subsequent updates will add 5 floors at a time in line with the standard update format. So they're still going to release them on Monday, but instead of 10 floors, we're going to get 5, which is, again, 10 every 2 weeks, the same as the normal adventure. So that's a good thing, and we'll see then what's going to happen. I think we're still a bit away. We are at 140 now, probably 150 next week. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close to the normal adventure floors. We recognize that even among players who have completed the tower, there is a relatively big gap in stats, absolutely. To address this, we're preparing additional honor rewards via the top ranker races, such as limited time stat titles, and we are already planning Season 2 of the race shop offerings. But wouldn't this widen the gap even more? Like if you connect that to the tower race or the ranker race that we have after we finish adventure, then whales will get more stuff, and people that got there barely will not be able to go through the family head units and all the other crazy stuff that they deploy in the ranker race, and will just get less. I don't think I understood here, because they are trying to shorten the gap between super omega whales and normal whales, but at the same time, with what they are planning to implement, it seems like they're going to make it even bigger. I don't know, guys. This is confusing. But okay, enough of that. Then we have more detailed info for newsletter. We have revamped the monthly calendar to highlight key updates, okay, with a shorter overview. However, we know some of you want a more detailed schedule. To improve this, we're working on a feature that will let you check the full monthly plan inside the game. Okay. We'll share more information regarding the timeline for this feature in the next developer update. Okay, nice. Then we have a feedback on teammate grades. We have received inquiries regarding Alpine or Alpine being classified as an SSR Plus teammate. While we are doing our best to reflect the original character's importance, impact, and lore when determining their grade, differences can arise due to reinterpretation made for the game's setting and gameplay. So they're just saying we will do whatever the fuck we want. And for instance, Hi Yuri appears as an SSR teammate because you guys are fucking stupid. Why would you do Yuri as an SSR? That was super insulting, especially because Evan was an SSR plus. I don't know. I always found it funny, but I guess getting an SSR unit was easier at the beginning. So you're like, okay, let's make her SSR so that people can actually use her. Too bad this unit is dog shit, but okay. Despite being one of the strongest high rankers in the tower. Example. Similarly, when Albilda was first introduced, there was also discussion about her being SSR plus. True, I was also not expecting Albilda at first to be an SSR plus. But it is what it is. I guess it's fine. At the end of the day, as long as they don't release like an Urek SSR or a like Zahard SSR, I think it's all fine. Just make it so the top strongest people are not released as SSR unit. I think only High Yuri is one of the exceptions to this rule. We don't have any other super broken unit that is not an SSR plus one. Then if they want to make some irrelevant ones SSR plus, it is fine. I just hope they're not going to be too impactful or more impactful than other more important units. But at the end of the day, this is a game, so I guess it is okay if they want to do whatever they want. But they just have to be careful not to piss off people. That's the only thing they have to be careful about. But okay, please understand that in order to present an appealing version of the original character, we're taking into account the character's trait, visual interpretation, and whether the character possesses qualities that can enhance its appeal during the reinterpretation process. Okay, fine. Then we have an expansion of the ignition weapon preset lots. I think it's fine because I stopped using presets for quite a bit. Now every unit has its own set, like in my case. But if you're still using presets and swapping them, 60 was a bit tight when I was doing it, but I mean, they could have done like 100 directly or remove the limit. I don't know. But yeah, it's probably not as useful anymore, especially now that we can run Bari on all the units and not even have to upgrade the pieces. This is a bit less relevant, I think, but it is a nice change. So that's it. And there is going to be a PT system for the TapTap Plus event, and it's only going to apply after you max limit break a unit. So if you max limit break a unit, you will be guaranteed to reach SSS rank within 3 attempts. I mean, I think I always got it with a maxed out unit, but there could be people unlucky enough that never did, so I guess a PT is always nice. I wonder if this applies also if you already got the SSS rank, because here it just says after reaching max limit break, you will be guaranteed an SSS within 3 additional attempts. I don't know, again, if this is going to just give you one for sure. So if you already got it, it doesn't matter, you will get an additional one. No idea. In that case, it would be good. Otherwise, kind of whatever. Then we have the Operation of Melt event. They're going to bring it back on April 23rd. That's going to be good. And yeah, to ensure that no leftover extract goes to waste, we have added an exchange shop item where you can trade it in. Okay. You will also be able to convert unused materials you have collected over time into more useful resources. This is just the system. What are they even saying? With this update, even more reward opportunities will be available, so be sure to make the most of this event. This is basically just an event for people that have been playing for a long time. They have a lot of gifts they don't need anymore. They have a lot of like exclusive equipment extracts they don't need anymore, and they can destroy them to then exchange for other stuff. And yeah, it's not for new players. So if you are a new player, you will not be able to use this event at all, and you can just directly ignore it. But it is good that it's coming back. I definitely appreciate that. Then we have the Colosseum Arena. We have received several suggestions regarding improvements. Many of you pointed out that since various hidden factors such as ignition weapons and archive stats affect overall power, it is possible to lose even with a significant Shinsu Link level advantage. And it's only fair. I mean, what's the problem here? Suggestions included 1. Implementing a blind battle system to address the current attacker advantage. Okay. 2. Adding an option to fix Shinsu Link levels during battles. What does that mean? Adjusting buff character assignments, since there is a possibility of the current system assigning minor characters, which thus reduces their overall impact. We appreciate your feedback and will continue reviewing these points for future improvement. I mean, point 1 was okay. Point 2, I don't know what it means. Fixing Shinsu Link levels. Like moving units to an higher link? What does that mean? I have no idea. And adjusting buff character, it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, this mode gives their rewards are so shitty. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not even doing the attempts, and many other people's are not as well. Like, I always find myself in the same position because nobody attacked me, nobody attacked anybody. So it was still the same. The rewards are kind of disappointing. It's just keys. I don't know. Pretty trash. Then we have, while maintaining the core identity of PvP content featured in the ban buff system and tier-based progression, we plan to gradually implement the improvements Regular have suggested. Once the changes are ready for implementation, we will provide additional details, blah, 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 okay, whatever. Then we have the faction battle improvement. In this second round of the faction battle, we received feedback regarding the fever effect. That was so stupid. It's always applied to the side with fewer members, even when they won. Stupid. Super stupid. We have realized that fixed bonus logic can make it difficult to create moments of unpredictability. As a result, we are deciding whether or not to implement dynamic fever adjustments instead. We had initial hesitation due to concern that the rules might feel unclear or unfair. As long as you tell them to us, I think they're going to be clear. I don't know. Another option being discussed is system-based faction assignment according to overall balance. Okay. We're working to make faction battles feel more competitive and cooperative, whatever, at the same time. Additionally, we acknowledge concerns that players from the defeated side may miss out on collecting items. Exactly, that's the main concern, regardless of their individual efforts. We understand the concern of being excluded from content due to factors beyond one's control, and we're preparing an alternative solution to address this issue. They could just do like they always do, like they give, also because the titles are just saying participation. They didn't say like winner of the faction war competition or anything. So just release them as participation, and then the additional award, like in this case, those golden tickets for the RNG reward, you can give 10 to the winner, 5 to the loser. I think that's no big deal. You can give 50,000 arena points to the winner, 25,000 to the loser. Who cares about that shit? As long as the collectible items are available to all the ones that participate, or at the very least, you give different ones. So you give a winner and a loser. So the winner got the winner border and the loser got the loser border. Doesn't matter, as long as we get the archive completion. That's all I care about. I don't give a shit about aesthetic. I don't know about you guys, but that's just how I feel about that. Then what else? We have the race shop. They are continuously reviewing and trying to diversify the race shop. And they're going to do sort of a season 2 of the race shop. We'll see what they're going to change. There is no details, so no reason to read that. Master and Pupil, they've received feedback regarding the Master Pupil event, especially about the difficulty of recruiting pupils. Exactly, that's really bad. While the current system automatically assigns at least one pupil, we understand that completing all event missions requires graduating 3 pupils, which can be challenging, almost impossible, but okay. We fully empathize with this concern and are considering further improvements. In future iteration, we plan to either adjust the mission requirement to allow completion with just one pupil, thank you, or increase the number of pupils recommended by the system. I don't know. I think one would be fair, and then it's okay, because they cannot expect 3 new people for every existing player. It's just unrealistic. One is already unrealistic, but at the very least, if someone really wants the rewards, at that point you can just create a second account and do it. But having to create 3 was too much. So I get it. I think this change would be dope, but we'll see. Introducing the new XSR Plus Teammate and Data Tower Dungeon. So this is really important as well. And here they're going to share how we can obtain Adventure at the Hard. And yeah, okay, again, these characters are alternate versions of popular SSR Plus teammates. Example, imaginary versions of our character at specific points in time, and can also be used as costumes for their original counterparts. In terms of grade, XSR Plus shares the same status as SSR Plus, and will be treated as such in the archive for both collection and growth. So that's basically it's the same, it's just to differentiate the different version at a glance, because you could be using the original one with a skin and the new one without the skin, and you would have 2 identical looking units, and the XSR Plus will just have the rarity that's different. So it's only for that reason, but they are exactly the same. It will be possible for Tooth the Heart to participate in a single deck, which is expected to bring new strategic excitement to battles. Okay, for the Heart specifically is going to be pretty much worthless, but definitely if we have multiple units, like, I don't know, another Anniversary Iwa, I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe another Garam could be quite funny, and we'll see. Similar to Data Zahard, Adventurer Zahard can hold the frontline for extended period thanks to his passive skill, which is going to be the same, which triggers 3 weapon changes as well as the accompanying invincibility effects when his HP drops below a certain value, okay? When used in conjunction with Adventurer Zahard and Data Zahard, can maintain a stable frontline for a significant amount of time. It's just dog shit. I don't think I would ever run these 2 guys together, but it is what it is. Additionally, Adventurer Zahard's passive reduces the skill cooldown of all green element allies upon weapon change, making him a valuable asset in green element decks. Now, I don't know this reduction to skill cooldowns, if it's maybe a permanent skill cooldown reduction, so saying all green element allies will have a permanent minus 5 seconds cooldown on their active skills, that would be massive. If it's a one-time thing, like reduces the remaining cooldown by 80% on the green allies, then that's gonna be kind of dog shit, because it can only proc 3 times. But we'll see what they do with that. Could be good, but I think it's going to be kind of average slash mid. To making good, they should give him like energy decrease, HP recovery block on enemies affected by the bleed applied by the special move, and stuff like that. They should definitely do that. And also make him survive a bit longer because it's true. He has invincibility and he's a nice stall tank. But once that period is over, that guy's as good as that. So we want him to be in the fight longer. Okay, true, you can use some support to help him with survivability. But we'll see. We'll see what they're going to cook with Revolution. And we have no additional information, I think, about his kit. What else they say? XSR Plus teammates can be obtained during the event period through the Data Tower dungeon and the special summon available during the same period. The Data Tower dungeon allows for 3 free attempts per day, and upon clearing, players can earn memory chips at a set probability rate, which can be exchanged for the targeted characters. Okay. Occasionally, large quantities of memory chips may be found in memory chip boxes or random boxes, adding more fun to the farming experience. I don't know if that's gonna be fun, maybe frustration, but okay. Extra attempts can be made by obtaining security cards, and exchanges can be made using Suspendium or normal summon tickets. Okay. As you progress through the data tower and conquer higher data sectors, you will encounter more powerful enemies and your deck will expand to a multi-teammate setup. Naturally, the rewards increase as you climb to higher sectors. Additionally, during the event period of the data tower, you will receive bonus data chips based on the level of your SSR Plus teammates. These data chips can be exchanged in the exchange shop for the respective XSR Plus teammates. Once you complete the limit break, you will be able to exchange additional items. Okay, now the thing is, here they mentioned you can obtain them through the Data Tower dungeon and the special summon. So there is still the special summon that we see here in the screen. And then we also have the possibility of exchanging for a whole 22 copies. So maxed out from directly the data tower. You would likely lose out on everything else, but it is a good opportunity if you can max him out without using any kind of ticket. The cost seemed to be a bit too high, but the rewards seem to be quite dog shit. Like this amount of the orange mats is not really that great. What is that? No, it's actually 15,000, so it's not even that bad. But yeah, I mean, if you can get a fully maxed out SSR Plus without having to summon once, that's going to be pretty massive to me. So, looks good. I mean, we'll see exactly what that guy is gonna do. I feel like it's going to be basically the same as the current Datas the Heart, so niche, but kind of whatever. Did they also share the color? Yeah, damn it. So that guy is still green. I was hoping it could maybe end up as a different color. But no, it's probably really only Revolution that changes between the two, which is, to me, highly disappointing. And I feel also a bit lazy, but okay. Then we have a regular operation of the customized family advent summon. So this is really important for new players. And as previously announced during the last broadcast, they are going to customize welcome summon for newcomers who have joined after the update on February 12. So it was exactly after Gustang's banner was over. So if you have not experienced Gustang, you will have access to the welcome advanced summon. And the welcome advanced summon will begin after the completion of the welcome nonstop SSR Plus limit break summon, so 7 days after the first login, and will run for 21 days. This is a really nice and long period, pretty good. This summon will allow players to choose one of the two currently available family head teammates for a special pickup. Once the teammate is chosen and the summon is performed, the selected teammate cannot be changed. So really, really important. The Welcome Family Head summon can only be performed using a special event summon ticket. Future reruns may be arranged based on the overall operational plans. So they don't say anything about having the possibility of exchanging black market tickets for these. Maybe it's going to be like a non-stop for family heads, so we're only going to get the tickets that they want us to get, and that's it. Also, the fact that you cannot change it will be like really important. And the choice between Gustang and Chomray is going to be quite tricky. I will cover that more in detail once we have the update out, like once the update is out. But I think I would pick Chomray over Gustang because there is a higher likelihood that Gustang is going to get a rerun with the next Family Head unit that is going to come out for the anniversary. So if you go for Chomray, that already received a rerun, is probably a better pick from my point of view. But we'll see. Also, Chomray works a bit better on lower dupes, even though also Gustang, with all the energy we can provide to him, like also just by linking Mamanak or by using Hockney, Bomb, David, all of those units, we have plenty of ways to give him energy, so it doesn't really need Rainbow 5 as much. But yeah, definitely of the two, zero dupes, Chomray is better. 3 red, probably Gustang has the advantage, I think. Rainbow 5, I would still say Gustang. But okay, I still believe it's probably safer to go for Chomray. But more on that once the system is actually out. So if you're in doubt, wait before picking. You're not going to lose out on anything. Then we have improvements to limited time products. This is really important. I read before and is going to have an impact for those of you that are like low spenders. So the daily Shinsu Link bonus and the daily Legend bonus too, they're going to be discontinued. The Tower of God Premium operates for 28 days, but those two were only for 21 days, which was pretty annoying for me. And to address this, both products will be discontinued and they're going to release a new single product that is going to operate for 28 days, so the same as Tower of God Premium. And they have prepared a product that retains the strength of the existing product while offering a more reasonable price to assist with further growth. So it's going to be cheaper and only like for 28 days instead of 21. So this is a major W, I think, and I really like that. I only hope mine are going to expire right before the update so that I can buy them again and I will have them for the whole 21 days. But we'll see. I don't remember. I think I'm close to it. I just fear I might go just the day like after the update, which could be really terrible. But okay. So really good change from my point of view. I really like that. And obviously, yeah, the remaining days, as I was just mentioning, will still apply. So if you have 20 days remaining, you will get the 20-day reward. So that's good. But okay, enough of that. Let's go over the next point, which is, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this one. You will let me know in the comments. But the new SSR Plus teammate joining on April 23rd will be Elite Spy XiaXia. Now, this makes it 4 SSR Plus in April. 4. 2 of them are collab. One of them can be obtained for free, basically. So that's good. And the only official one is a version of XiaXia that does not exist. And it's also been buffed. Not as buffed as Kono-chan maybe, but definitely buffed. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, it's fine. The design is insane, but I don't know. How do you feel about this, guys? I have no idea. But it is fine, I guess. It is fine. Definitely design-wise, looks insane. And here they're sharing some more sort of information. She's going to be an SSR Plus Red Element teammate specializing in ranged magic support. So Red support, and we have to remember Red already has Albelda as a support, but this one seems to be more survivability oriented. And here they're comparing her to Evan and Anniversary Iwa. This is an insane comparison. Because if she has invincibility or immortality as the other two, this could be a massive W. Really insane support unit. And well, support units are in general really important units. Too bad like new players will be already drained with the collab and all. So I don't know if you can afford to pull on this banner. And there is also the Famine Head banner at the same time. So kind of tricky, but she could be really strong. We don't really know. But it is an interesting design, interesting choice. We'll see if she's what Red needed, but looks promising. Let's read what she is supposed to do. So at the start of the battle, she's going to reduce the defense of all enemies in a wide area. So an AoE defense decrease at the start of the battle. So if it can only be procced once, and if it's something like Chronos Yuri, so it only lasts for 20 seconds, this is going to be fairly disappointing. We'll see if she can reapply it, but already saying start of the battle is concerning. If it is a permanent defense decrease, then massive W. Like unremovable and last until the end of the battle, that would be massive W. But we'll see. And using a backup lighthouse, she becomes invincible. And here she says only she becomes, not the team, which is concerning. And restores her health when her HP drops. So it's probably just sort of a Barry effect / second life. That would be fine. Once her survival is secured, she generates a strong healing effects for all allies. Healing alone is worthless. So she needs to provide something else. Just healing the team will not be enough. She needs to provide invincibility, extra evasion, whatever, immortality, whatever she wants, but she needs to do something. Otherwise, she's not gonna make it. Because with just defense decrease, we have a lot of other units that can do it, unless it's a 100% defense decrease. And just healing won't be enough. And that's all the information we have. So we don't know. So far, we know nothing. They compared her to Evan and Anniversary Iwa, which makes me think she will have some sort of survivability boost. But if she ends up being only healing, then she would be at the level of Gustang, I would expect. So not too excited. We'll see. Now we have the take on the challenge of boss battles this weekend. I don't know. Weekend challenge boss ride. We've introduced many one-off event boss battles over a period of time. However, since they were operated only once, we've received numerous requests for reruns. The hallmark of these event bosses is their unique mechanics, such as power or Shinsu flow, which provides a fresh combat experience unlike standard raids. Additionally, as previously mentioned in our prior feedback response, by linking this content to the boss worth system, the weekend challenge boss raid will become a regular source of race points. Nice, okay. So every weekend we will have a boss fight with a race associated to it, which even if you don't rank too high, you still get some points. So it is a W overall. So the weekend challenge boss ride will run every Friday through Sunday, following the 423 update. Nice. Week 1 will feature Iwayon and week 2 will feature Amigo charts. Okay, nice. We hope this will create more opportunities for a variety of teammates to shine outside of the Underground Lab or Alliance Expedition. This is definitely a nice change because we can get more gear if they keep it the same, more coins, and also, as they said, more race points. So overall, I like this change. So yeah, not much else we can say. Then we have some miscellaneous improvements, and that's going to be the end of the video. That is already like 50 minutes long. When using the Ignition Weapon Auto Clear feature, the Auto Clear confirmation pop-up will now remain visible so that you can reuse them again more conveniently. Okay. UI will be announced so that the corresponding stage number will be displayed, example stage 71, alongside damage application in the Underground Lab, which will allow regulars to intuitively see how far they've progressed. Through continuous balance patches, we had been enhancing the strength of bossing. However, we acknowledged that the reduction in damage inflicted was perceived negatively. I mean, yes. Moving forward, we will try to minimize damage nerfs and focus on expanding the stages of the bosses, thus providing more fun by gradually increasing the damage output. Okay, I guess it makes more sense, even though then the numbers could get just crazy. In boss battles restricted to specific position, teammates who cannot be deployed will now be visually indicated. Can't you just remove them entirely? Because now I still have to scroll for the other units, but okay. Bingo tickets that grant random numbers upon use may be used in the exact quantity you choose during the bingo event. Okay. So you can use them at once instead of having to like do them one by one. That's what I mean. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I think. Then we have, in addition, we are diligently preparing even more captivating Tower of God characters, and we hope to share some teasers during the next live stream. Now, some people already found or colored a version of this one, and we know the left one with the spear is Augustus, the purple guy with a weird haircut or head, whatever. So Augustus is going to be the one there. And the second one, unfortunately, is going to be Data Rachel. So Data Word Rachel, which means the like new body that she designed together with the breeders, and it's the body of what, Icarus, and that's the unit. That's what it seems. So we're getting SSR plus Rachel. SSR plus Rachel, guys. I hope she's going to be bad. I hope she's going to be a terrible unit. I will still have to summon for her, but at the very least, people can skip her. So let's hope so. She's a great villain, but I hate her. So she can fuck off. And yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, there is nothing else. There is going to be a live broadcast on April 28th. I think I will cover it live. I should be on holiday on that day, so I think I can cover it live. We'll see. But yeah, that's all, guys. Let me know what you think of these developer notes. There was a lot of stuff, and especially a lot of good changes, in my opinion. So this is definitely a step in the right direction. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.